As I was sitting and looking over the edge, I noticed that the cloud I was sitting on smelled of strawberries. I said, while I stuck my face deep into the cloud and began munching down upon it.
Good morning, listeners. It's another beautiful sunshiny day here in Parallel Paradigms.
I heard a loud voice booming out from some distant place. Oh, I'm dreaming. I proceeded then to open my eyes and happily stretch my arms upward. Porter Duncan, the local Parallel Paradigms radio host, went on to say, as I scrubbed my teeth, that
Mayor Darlene Bixby announced today that bringing your pet Tasmanian devils into public places like the Outback Steakhouse, the library, or the non-existent Hardee's, is no longer allowed, and anyone doing so will receive a hefty fine in the amount of the officer's own discretion. It is perfectly okay, however, to be in public outside with your devil, but please keep them on a secure leash. In other news...
Oh my, Mrs. Sylvain is not going to like that, I thought out loud. Nope, not in the least bit, I do conjecture. Dressed and out the door, I hopped up onto my kick scooter and rode off to get my morning shave and haircut from Bert the Barber. 3 minutes into my venture and there be Mrs. Sylvain, riding up to me in her two-seater Harley. Hey there, sonny boy. Have you heard the ridiculous new rule our crazy mayor has just implemented this morning? Greetings to you, my dear Mrs. Sylvain. And hello there, Grizzle, I said as her Tasmanian devil snapped at my hand from the sidecar. Yes, indeed, Mrs. Sylvain. Of course I heard about that, as I am sure everyone did, since it was announced from the PA system attached to every home and business in the whole city, in the exact same manner that we can hear Porter Duncan speaking now about the positive effects of rodents living in your home. Oh yes, how true it is too. They are wonderful to have. For as long as I have lived in my cottage, I have had a spick-and-span home, all thanks be to the impeccable cleanliness of those mice that have ever co-lodged there with me. Though Grizzle here, he keeps eating the poor things. You naughty boy, yes you are, she said, as she reached her head down to give Grizzle several slobbery kisses. I then responded, Don't you think the reason your home stays clean is because your son comes to visit every third day to do the house cleaning? And probably not those dirty little rats. You know what they say, correlation does not imply causation. You know, now that you mention it, I think it might be my son that keeps the place clean. That is most likely why I give him 20 rupees a week. Are you on your way to see Bert the Barber then? Yes indeed, and I am running late. Oh well, you should better get going then. But know that the streets have been shifting around again. Scorpio Street has raised up a couple levels and toward the northwest section of town. Oh dear me, I hate it when that happens. I should really hurry then. Thanks for telling me and have a swell day, Mrs. Sylvain. I quickly raced to a nearby city lift and rose up to the 8th level of town, then kicked my way to the northwest side. Once reaching the barber shop, I happened upon a shaggy, feral-looking cat sitting upon the window ledge, which had begun growling at me as I pushed open the door. I ignored the cat and proceeded inside. Good morning, Paradigm, Bert the Barber cheerfully said. Good morning, Bert. How's business? Oh, you know, same old, same old. Busy as usual, but the civil enforcement agents are always issuing me fines because of the local shaving laws. You mean those laws where the barber must shave all men who do not shave themselves, and the barber must not shave any man who does shave himself? Exactly. I get fined if I shave myself, because I'm not supposed to shave any man who shaves himself, and I get fined if I don't shave myself, because the barber is supposed to shave all men who don't shave themselves. You, my friend, have a problem. It sounds as though your very existence is a logical impossibility, and that you probably don't really exist. Either that, or you're not actually a man, but are instead some sort of female, because the rule does not prohibit women from shaving themselves if they are shaved by the barber. If I don't exist, then it should not be possible that I keep receiving fines from the civil enforcement agents. Nor should I be receiving fines if I am a female, since the civil enforcement agents should know what gender I am. They know everything. Yeah, is it not awesome how they know every single detail of our lives? It's so fantastic to have such an intelligent law enforcement agency enforcing our laws, allowing our city to be like a well-oiled machine. A complex system whose parts work together to promote stability and social order. Yes, said Bert, but our city is also composed of different groups that struggle over scarce resources, like power, money, land, food or status, causing the so-called well-oiled machine to go into a flux of various breakdowns and restructuring. Sure, said I, but you know it will all work out in the end, especially with the situation of the fines you keep getting, Bert. Oh look! The city is being attacked by giant green armadillos with laser eyes. Okay then, Bert the Barber, it's been a real good chat today. I think I will be heading home. Ah, for the love of sweet niblets, the streets have been shifted around again. Must be because of the armadillos. Okay then, catch you later, Bert.